Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Boom.
Welcome.
Happy New Year once again. And this is part 4, the 4-part series. We thought we'd bless you with the outlook to a great 2021. We've already spoke about finding love in 2021. We also spoke about business opportunities in 2021. We've had a look back at 2020, which was obviously one of the craziest years of my life, probably for most people in the world, I guess. So in this last part of the series, we're going to look at some of the events that we're really excited about. Some of them will be personal, and I guess some of them will be huge events that probably apply to, quite a vast number of people. So again, bro, we're back. How you feeling?
Hey, feeling good. Got that X factor going on, that feel good factor.
Yeah, man.
The future's bright.
Don't say
orange.
it. Don't say it. I wonder.
That's mine.
I was literally thinking, I wonder if it's for sale, if we could go to EE or whatever orange has now become, and we say, look guys, you're not using that future's bright, future's orange. How about we take that? How much do you want? We got 0.001 Bitcoin to give you.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but it'll be moon soon. And for those that are not familiar with the future's bright, the future's orange, it was orange was a mobile network 15 years ago, and then they merged with EE, T-Mobile EE, and so that was their slogan, the future's bright, the future's orange, and it just sticks with me. You can't.
It's mad catchy. I remember the advert, and I remember the orange box and the word orange in white writing, and I just remember the advert, just future's bright, future's orange every time.
Yeah. I swear there was even an advert where there was guys dressed up and they had orange faces, or they had orange spacemen, something like that.
Yeah. I think so. Yes, yes, bro, crazy. All right, yeah, man. All right, so look, man, I'm gonna bring you back to our first podcast, and you brought up something which I thought was this is nonsense. It's not gonna go anywhere. And this is one of the events that I'm looking forward to now. And I was when you first brought up, I was like, this is never gonna happen. And it's the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather shit. It's I thought, nah. But it looks like that is in the works for February.
Actually in the works.
Actually
in the works.
Actually in the works, man. It's
gonna be crazy.
It's can you imagine a YouTuber who has lost twice, yeah? To other YouTubers about to fight arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
Yeah. Crazy. Just because
for bad, I guess. And what's mad is, right? So currently there is a YouTube belt, yeah, and it's held by KSI. Huge YouTuber, if you don't know. I'm sure most people know by now. And I was watching something on his comments about, he had one of his videos come out and he talked about it. He's laughing his head off. He's like, this shit is happening. Oh shit. And he says, look, me and Logan Paul, we've got some bad blood, but actually, I know there's probably 0.1% chance this will happen, but I really want him to win because actually that opens the floor for YouTube boxers.
So what? KSI is going to go for a belt soon after, a real belt.
No, but he's already got the belt. KSI.
No, he's got a YouTube belt.
Yeah, he got that belt.
That's a different class. That maybe, questionable belt.
Yeah, I mean, boy,
that was like me getting man in a match cup, on a.
But that never happened though. That's the only thing that never happened. When? Whoa, when he was 15. Oh. Wow, you destroyed your whole house to get the trophy. You showed me the trophy. No one can see.
I got it.
All right.
Now my bookshelf is come off.
It's part of the game. Part of the game. So yeah, man, that's one I'm looking forward to. I mean, do you have any thoughts on that?
Wow. Yeah, I think if I was KSI though, I'd be well, why not me? Because I'm the belt holder. What's this is just This is an Americanism because obviously KSI is British,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Logan Paul is American. So I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is I guess it makes sense because Logan Paul is probably a bigger hit in America, so therefore, it makes more, commercially it makes more sense,
Yeah,
perhaps.
potentially.
But yeah, it's going to be Bance. It's I would like to see because I think Mayweather's very much this defensive boxer, right? He's known to be this defensive boxer. Like you can't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think he's been dropped in his career or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right.
and I think when he first came out, when he first was like younger and first like ruling the roost, he was definitely hitting some blows and throwing some KO punches. So, and he hasn't done that for a long time. So it'd be. I don't know how hard he's going to go in. He's competitive, of course, but it'd be interesting if he just goes ham on on Logan and just shows him, you fool. You know what I mean?
What do you think this is a game? You think this is a
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
But look, again, like what's mad is Logan Paul, I can't tell you the weight. Like he's probably close to 200 pounds. Do you know what I mean? So, he's not a small guy. What weight class are they fighting at? It's all mad. It's all
Oh
mad.
yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. This is why I laughed it off when you brought it up because I was like, this. I mean, he couldn't even do a weight cut to get as small as Mayweather. It's not possible. The
His
guy,
bones are heavier than his
hundred
muscle, and
percent. The guys, I don't know. He's about 6'2", 6'3". Mayweather's, I don't know. Mayweather's probably about 5'9". He's kind of slender built. He's a smallish guy, and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking that you're gonna just drop this kind of not giant, but a big guy in there who's got muscle, and they're just gonna fight. You'll still lose, but it's like, how do you even the field in the beginning? Do you know what I mean?
Mm, mm, mm.
But
But I could just imagine like maybe we're coming out of his like wads of cash
yeah,
and just like just showing up. Like it's a kind of like it's a stage for him. Like he's a
yeah,
showman at
yeah,
heart,
100.
and I can imagine he feels like it's an easy win. It's not like he's gonna lose. So he's out there. He's gonna do it for the sport
Yep,
and do it for the new age of boxing, which perhaps could be YouTube boxing in the next like 20 years. That could be like the belt to have.
for sure.
And yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good sort of cross pollination between the two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I agree in that sense. I mean, this the last thing we saw was the kind of Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. and on the undercard you saw like YouTube fighters, right? And that was not the first time, but I guess it's getting brought like more into the mainstream. But this is a game changer. This is
Mm,
like
mm,
this is like you are crossing the best of boxing
mm,
from and kind of, yeah, like you said, cross pollinating the two. Like you've got these guys. They started out with pranks. Logan
mm,
Paul, Jake Paul.
mm,
That's their route to fame. Pranks
mm.
and like YouTube vids about not very kind of not serious stuff. You're not talking about guys like Floyd Mayweather who's been in it for his whole life. His whole life,
Whole
bro.
life
Whole life.
spent in the game. He's a veteran, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The amount of
But
stripes that
yeah. But again, these things go where the money are. So, and there's money. There's for sure there's money in it. So,
of course.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Before we get to, you know, an event you're looking forward to, given that we're still on like kind of boxing, I do want to bring up something else. Um, in January, it's going to come pretty quick. You got the return of Conor McGregor. And
Ooh.
yeah, so for the MMA fans, and this is a serious fight now. So this is something that's probably worth watching. I mean, if you're an MMA fan at least. Um, so he's going up against Dustin Poirier, and they've had a fight once before when Conor wasn't so big. And then, Conor turned into this, huge kind of like Goliath of a character. And it's gone to and from MMA. He's kind of eclipsed the sport in a way. And now he's come back to fight Dustin Poirier. Now, this is going to be quite an interesting fight because since they last fought, Dustin Poirier has gone leaps and bounds. Like he's a monster now, and
Mm.
This is going to be tough for Conor. I think it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be mad entertaining. And that comes straight away in January. Straight away, it's big.
Early Jan.
I think mid-Jan.
Okay. All right. The thing is, I mean, what my reservations is, McConnor, obviously he went up against Khabib the last two fights. I think it's the last two fights.
The last fight he had against Donald Cerrone, which he won in like 40 seconds, but then the fight before was Khabib.
But he's fought Khabib twice, right?
No, he's fought Khabib once. And then Khabib refused to fight him again because, they had some serious issues,
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, obviously I know Khabib was, I guess, no match for anyone. Like, no one could really get on his level, and he's out of the game now. So it'd be, and I know McGregor at his peak, he's a showman, and he can definitely, throw a punch and knock a man out. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see him come back. He's got a lot of gravitas. He's known to be this kind of this I don't know, this character of just energy, like mad energy and self confidence. So it'd be interesting to see.
The guy's got a whole country behind him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
half a country.
Yeah. And the Irish, they've never been known to be kind of like timid, kind of in the background people. They've always been, quite proud. And and in terms of bants, the Irish in the world, bants, I think Irish have probably got it pretty high. Like these guys, they know how to make you look like an idiot.
They're serious banter, man. They're
serious. I mean, you can talk the same with Tyson Fury. These guys, they know how to talk. They know how to, put on a little show. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting.
I'm keen. I'm watching it. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm not paying, but I'm in.
Wow.
Yeah. Man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I would say the event that I'm looking forward to, one of the events I'm looking forward to, and it's a bit more serious, is Joe Biden coming into presidency on January the 20th. So obviously we've had Mr. Trump for a term now, and it's been an interesting. No one would have thought that this guy was going to be at the helm and tweeting his ass off for 4 years straight, still as a president. So it's been an entertaining year to see US politics, to say the least. And now we've got someone who seems a bit more political in their ways and has a thoughtful approach. Like, it is kind of crazy because you had like Barack Obama, who for sure I thought was going to get assassinated in the first year.
Me too.
When he first came in, because I thought, oh my goodness, this guy's black, and what happened to Nelson Mandela, and oh my goodness,
it's got to go wrong.
Nelson Mandela, what am I talking about? Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my goodness, it's on. And but then actually, he survived, and I thought, okay, cool. But this guy, Barack Obama, got huge respect for him, and he's just the most thoughtful guy, great orator. And then we and then we went into Donald Trump. It was what? The polar opposite. So I think it would be interesting to see Joe Biden coming in, and he's got this Kamala Harris, I think, as a vice president, which is the first black vice president and female, I think, vice president. So it's win-win. Got she's a star girl. So it'd be interesting to see what they come up with, and a change for the west. Not say the Western world, but the land of opportunity. Nah, I don't know.
America, bro. Just say America. But you're right, man. I mean, given the powerhouse that America is in the world, it's arguably the biggest economy in the world.
Yeah.
For the last 4 years, America, especially in the last year, since COVID, since Black Lives Matter, since everything, police killings, America is a hot place. Even it's so hot. No one wants to go there. I mean, not no one, but at least people that I know, they don't want to go there.
It's true.
and it's typically been a place that, you know, it's always, you know, New York, California. These are places that people want to go all year round, you know.
Mm.
And I understand that that's not an accurate representation of America.
Mm.
But, you know, even people don't want to go there now. And, you know, and you had the likes of Joe Rogan moving out of California to go to Texas
For
because
tax
of,
purposes.
wait.
For tax purposes. This
Bro,
is...
if you hey, if you go against Joe Rogan, we'll end this friendship today, bro. Do it. No,
It's the truth. I think even he said it.
But he also said, you know, since COVID, the governor has taken a lot of kind of weird measures, you know, to kind of secure, and that's in inverted commas, the state. So I think Joe Biden now has the opportunity to kind of bring some type of stability. When I mean some type, I mean any type of stability, any type.
You know, like in crypto terms, you know, Donald Trump hodling Donald Trump is like hodling, I don't know, Tron.
Tron,
And
100%.
you know, if you've got someone like Joe Biden, you Joe
Stable
Biden's
coin.
like maybe an Ethereum.
Yes.
Stablecoin, yeah, stablecoin.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, like you said, man, I think I think America just needs a break. If I'm honest, they just need a break
It's true.
of people at the top just being completely complete and utter mavericks, because that's what he is. It's a maverick.
You know what though? Like, there's so many like Trump believers. Like,
Yes.
there's like a Trump believers that are out there, and you know, even like up to the point where he they said, like, you know, the votes were rigged and all that. Like, there is a bunch of people out there that are big Trump believers, and yeah. So, you know, heart goes out to them, but you know. But when it's your time, your time's up, right? When it's your time, your time's gone, right? You know, that's it. You know.
You know what's crazy? Sorry to cut you, man. You know what's crazy? You know, if this COVID never came around, there's a good chance that Donald Trump would have won again.
Mm.
There's a good chance he would have taken it again, which again, it says something about America that you know, I want to be careful.
It's all good. It's all good.
So good, so good. You're right. It's so good.
Love that place. It's a great place.
Looking forward. Yeah, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man. And again, Kamala Harris being the VP, you know, there's always criticism about sometimes people of color get into high positions, you know, to fill quotas or to, you know, demonstrate some type of noble cause or some shit. But in my opinion, it's not important. You know, that it's about representation, and I think Kamala Harris, as a black woman in the second highest position of the arguably the biggest economy in the world, it gives at least young, and I'm separating these things, young women of ethnic minority, any one of those things, if you fall into any one of those categories, it kind of gives you hope that, you know, again, you could be part of that group. There's nothing stopping you being there. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. And she's tried and tested. I mean, you know, I'm not sure of her exact position. I know that she's some type of judge or something like that, or she's been well versed in law. So it's not like she's just been plucked from the entertainment world.
From the crowd.
more like the entertainment world of maybe reality TV with potentially The Apprentice. She's tried and tested, which is great.
Yeah, I agree, and I think you know, if you think about glass ceilings that we ourselves might see, you know, if you see someone of that you can relate to in a high position like that, that glass ceiling then gets shattered, or it, you know, it elevates higher. So it's a great thing. Then those glass ceilings no longer exist, or indeed, like, oh, you got a lot more headspace to think about progression and elevation. So I think that's great. Yeah. The other thing, just in the same sort of political sort of slant, is man like Raul Castro of Cuba is apparently going to be resigning at the age, well, I don't know what age it would be, on April 19th of Cuba. He'll be stepping down.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but I thought that was interesting because that guy's
Okay.
been at the helm for 62 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Or the Castro brothers have been. So I don't know if
Yes.
like they've probably changed.
Because I know
Fidel Castro.
I know Fidel is gone.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about Raul or what I mean, has he been kind of on the same wave as Fidel, you know,
I think so.
Bun Babylon.
Babylon, get friendly with Russia. You know,
yeah. We support those who support us, not America. Bye.
But
okay.
yeah, that's another thing that's supposed to be happening. So I don't know who's next in line, but
yeah. Have you ever been to Cuba?
I haven't. No.
Yeah.
I'd love to go there. I've always said this like every
Yeah.
year before it changes,
Yeah.
but I haven't reached.
I think a lot of people are in that boat. I'm in that boat as well. You know, I've always been like, man, like I think this will be a useful journey to understand how a place operates with completely different rules to what you're used to, and kind of without the influence of like the West. But you know, the truth is, I think under the Obama administration, they began to open up trade with the states. So, you know, I think things have been changing for a minute now. You know, so the idea of the kind of a pre-America Cuba, I think that's probably, you know, at least in the process of disappearing.
Yeah.
But it will still maintain this kind of authenticity. I know they've got those lowrider cars as taxis. Those,
Cars.
yeah. I think that's probably there to stay. You know.
Yeah. It's probably part of the fabric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter if there's change. You still got those, like, not even old school Cubans, like those Cubans that just love those cars. They're like a Tesla. I don't even care about Tesla. Like I've got my Cadillac or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like this is like from the 40s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And
don't make them like this anymore.
And apparently those cars are worth ridiculous money. Like ridiculous. Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Yeah, it could be a vibe. I mean, yeah, to kind of keep on the subject of politics, and I know we're gonna touch upon it in a more kind of in-depth manner, but you know, I'll briefly brush it. Brexit, man, like Brexit. There's been developments. It seems like deals have been struck.
Exit group.
Yep.
Bojo's in the house.
Bojo
Got it done.
Well, wait.
So hold up.
Wait, a deal has been struck. You know, the details I'm sure will come out over time. But I know at the beginning, well, as soon as the new year hit, there was a lot of changes in terms of carrying freight between, you know, the borders of the UK and EU countries. I still think we're going to have to wait and see how this whole island thing plays out, because that is pretty much one of the big cruxes of this whole argument, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
I was talking to someone, like an old guy from Ireland, a few weeks back, and he was going through a bit of the story, and he was getting so passionate about, you know, the border and IRA and all the stuff in the UK and just that whole tension. Like there's a lot of, I can only imagine how it was in the 80s and the 90s, but there's a lot of passion and a lot of tension with regards to that border and splitting up the island into Northern Ireland, and I can from that conversation I appreciated why it was such a kind of touchy point with regards to Brexit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like when you hear of all the stories that happened back then, between during that time, it's quite crazy actually.
Yeah,
So yeah, it
yeah,
definitely will be something to watch.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look again. I think at least over here in England, we're going to start to. I personally think we're going to start to see a lot of delays in some of the goods that we're used to seeing coming in. In abundance. I could see delays and price hikes. That's not
Toilet rolls,
well, yeah.
toilet roll shortages.
And to be fair, and if I'm being honest, you can't simply put that down to Brexit. I think coronavirus and potentially the obstacles to trade now because of restrictions around the world. I think that could also come into play in terms of the prices going up for things that we're used to having. But I think Brexit and potentially new tariffs coming in, we'll start to see our kind of weekly shop go up. Might start to see some people go back home, and I've never been.
People go back home.
Yep, like go back to where you're from. No. It's not my narrative, but it's a narrative.
If
But
it's not your narrative, why are you? Whose narrative is it? Because it's you're talking it.
I'm the voice of the people, bro.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh wow. Gosh.
Aaron,
But yeah, no, it's true.
yeah. Yeah. I've never been a fan of Brexit because like philosophically, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that in a world that's becoming more and more connected, that the idea of sovereignty has a ton of value. I don't know if it really does, you know. And
Yeah. Go on.
I'm not really sure what the people are thinking that they're going to be sovereign to. Like, what is it that they needed sovereignty for? Like, because ultimately, most of the instructions given to the people are from the UK government. It's not from the EEC or anything like that, or the EU. It's not from there. I think most of the instructions that people receive on a daily basis about, you know, how to manage your business, who is even coming into the country. I think the UK government have a kind of strong policies and have, to a degree, the freedoms to implement those policies in the way that which they see fit. And those people that are angry at the situation that might have then led them to vote for Brexit, I think they got to start looking closer to home.
For
personally,
real.
personally,
But that's a personal opinion,
it
and
is.
you're like, I can see why you're not a politician, because 51% the country will disagree.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
no, but I'm joking. I think there's two sides to this story. It was such a fine line between the two sides, that's why the vote was so close cut.
Mm.
But and it was a kind of divisive ordeal anyway, and everyone was fatigued. I'm glad Brexit's coming to an end to some degree. Of we
Sure.
know we're coming out and we're done and we're moving on. I think the sovereignty comes in that, and we perhaps go into this at some point, but it seemed, and it's all political, right? It's all political. It's all power game. It's all House of Cards.
Mm.
It's all Kevin Spacey esque.
Mm.
But a lot of it, some of it came down to bureaucracy of Europe. It seemed, not to say that UK is not bureaucratic. It is, but it's all this power play basically. And there's lots of dynamics to it. But basically, as long as like it's the same of the same, and we're out and we can move on, and then we still keep the British pound, because I don't really like the euro money, to be fair. I think it's like monopoly money. I don't know. Not to
Yeah,
say I mean, I wouldn't mind a 500 euro note, but it's
yeah.
I'm happy with the British pound note.
And you know what? I think we can agree on the sense that I'm glad that, well, at least on the surface, I'm glad that it seems to be a point where there's less limbo. I think limbo is a problem. I think
Limbo's a problem.
I think limbo is a problem. In this spectrum, there needs to be clarity so that the common person can kind of know where they're going, and
Not even
so,
just common, but also businesses.
but yes, yeah, businesses
Yeah,
as well, of course, definitely.
yeah,
But yeah, and it's I know we're gonna go into it in a upcoming podcast,
yeah.
but yeah,
You know
it's
what?
yeah.
You know what I love about like I think China, right? For example, like Xi Jinping, or I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. It might be
Yeah, don't say whatever, bro. Don't say whatever.
Xi Jinping.
Man, like,
This is after two glasses of wine, so obviously it might come out a bit different. Um, they like China. They do like a 20-year vision of the country, and I love that. I love that. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe I need to dig it out in the gov.uk website, but having a 20-year vision of the country is great, and publicizing it and also banging that drum to say this is the vision. And I think that's one thing that the UK government doesn't do.
but
Um,
but
many governments don't
but
do.
I can say that there's a clear reason why that doesn't happen, and that's because the the in a democracy, and that's in inverted commas, the government is due to change every 5 years.
Mm,
So because of that, it's almost like whatever government is in power when their time is coming to an end, or when when a general election is coming up, they either leave whatever's going on for the next group to come in and kind of sort out whatever problems were left. So it's never
mm,
going to be it's never going to be a 20-year vision, because they don't see
mm,
themselves in that power for 20 years. They see themselves in that power for that term. And that's the
mm,
same. It's the same with the States. So this is potentially why you can argue that in a country that's led by, again, inverted commas, dictator, they have the ability to have a single vision for
mm,
a long time, because it's actually one group, or one, yes, generally a group, but one main force
mm.
that's in power that can exact mainly probably his kind of like way of doing things.
Yeah, and that definitely like bode well for Singapore, for example.
Mm.
Like the president there had like a really strong, good vision, like in the 1970s, and then you look where they are now. They're like one of
Mhm.
the richest countries
Mhm.
in the world. So yeah, I think that's probably another argument. Democracy is shit. Like, let's just be communists and collect milk tokens and fucking you know
All,
no,
all,
no going.
all wear white shirts from Primark. That's our that they have choices.
Yeah, no choice, man. Try what?
Choices are
Oh.
for losers.
Choice for losers.
Yeah.
All
Okay, well,
right,
wait.
go on.
I got just one more that you might want to
Mm,
be interested in. There's a couple of companies going public this year, which might be of interest. So
okay.
I've got a list.
All
Uh,
right.
it's a very short list. It's a list
All
of
of one.
it's a list of one. No, okay. So on that list, we've got Deliveroo going public, which might be
Mm,
interesting. You got Bumble, the app, that's going
mm,
public, could be interesting. You've got Instacart, which is, I believe, it's an American company.
mhm.
Uh,
They
and
do like food delivery, grocery deliveries.
sure.
Mm,
And you've also got Darktrace, which is a cybersecurity company,
mm,
which, yeah, they're due to go public at some point during the year. So, you know, I guess again we're probably gonna have one of these upcoming podcasts where we just talk business. Just shoot the breeze on business, and but
financials.
yeah, but some companies this year going public that might be of interest, especially given that the year that we've had in terms of gains in the investment world. 2020 has been pretty good, actually. So, um, yeah, going forward, we might see some more of that.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, are those mainly UK listings? UK
Uh,
IPOs?
I mean, Instacart isn't.
Oh, Instacart isn't. Yeah,
No.
you're right.
Yeah, I don't think Darktrace is either. I don't think it's UK. I think it's
Dark Trace, US.
New York Stock Exchange. I think that's probably what's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think a couple of my radar is also Stripe,
Yep.
which is a juggernaut and a payments infrastructure kind of play. Um, and then I think there's another one called UiPath, which is like a robotics automation, robotics automation kind of platform, and Roblox as well.
Oh yeah, Roblox. Oh my diddles, bro.
Oh, oh, whoa,
That was a
what?
big one. Hey, so today, yeah, picking up my little boy. Yeah, we're on the road. I'm taking him, on a long journey, right? And this boy tells me about Ryan's World, bro. He's been watching this Ryan's World ridiculously. I had no
Mm.
idea. I had no idea. And I said, "Oh, is this from Roblox?" He doesn't even know what Roblox is. He
Oh
only,
wow.
he only knows Ryan's World, and he's talking about all these characters. Apparently, there's one shark. Oh, I can't remember the name. There's these animals, and they turn into stuff. God knows what it is. But
Wow.
yeah. So we was
Ryan's World is on Roblox, right? For
yes,
everyone.
yeah. So I was going to say, we were reading this article about this kid who's created this kind of uh world within Roblox, which is it's a kids game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and
It's a multiplayer, like adventure, like exploration adventure game kind of thing.
it's pretty much Minecraft, right? It's pretty much the same as Minecraft
Yeah,
in a
it's
way.
like and it's like Lego.
Yeah,
If it's like little blocks running around and building a small world in their little universe. Yeah.
right. So you mentioned that they're about to go public, and there's
Mm,
there's quite a lot of hype around it.
mm.
Um, but yeah, my son brought it up to me, and he's 6, and
Yeah,
and he was telling me about Ryan's World, and the article that we read talked about. I think this little kid Ryan, he's what, 9, something like that.
yeah, 9.
He got into some licensing deal with Roblox so that they could kind of use his world to sell merchandise and all sorts of stuff. So
Mm.
and there was
That's
like
big.
there was serious numbers attached, like actual what 8-figure numbers, 9-figure numbers.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I think probably. Yeah, I think probably 8. I think
Yeah,
actually it could be. No, yeah, it could be 9. But yeah, I
yeah,
mean, like basically, I mean, Roblox is like, especially a game for kids between 6 and 13, I think. And so if you have any nephews, nieces, children between that age, likely that they're playing it. And also, they probably have the mum's wallet, or you probably had to buy some Roblox gift card or voucher, or I think they call it Robux, which is like the money for their little universe. And it's just crazy. Like this is sweeping these these little children, little minds by storm. But it's not destructive at all. It's quite constructive, quite a constructive game. So um, definitely an IPO to look out for. I'm quite excited about that.
yeah.
Um, it could be, it could grow into something a lot more. And they've been going on since I think the 90s. They've
Really?
been sort of like playing around with this kind of concept of blocks and building, and now they've kind of incorporated learning into the whole platform as well. So yeah, it's just definitely something to look out for. Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels
So
like it's more than a game.
yeah. So I mean, I guess for all the mums and dads that have had to contribute to their child's Roblox career, once the company goes public, start putting in £10 a week. Why not?
Yeah,
It's
and then
probably
you won't feel so bad.
yeah, it's
You know,
probably the only way you're gonna make any money out of Roblox. Can't lie.
it's true. If you put £10 in there, then you're probably likely to get like 0.001 back from it, from the share price or something like that.
Well, you got
Who knows? Who knows?
to speculate to accumulate.
Risk it for a biscuit.
This is an investment advice.
It goes up as well as down.
and look, so guys, this has been our 4-part kind of welcome to 2021 series.
Whoa! Are we wrapping this up?
Oh,
No. There's a couple more.
we got a couple more. This
More
is
like
this is bonus.
bonus. Like, this is
Bonus. Sorry, I thought you were trying to wrap it up before, but
We really need to work out this like coordination because like you
hey man,
no, I'm joking.
Wine has been consumed.
I'm seeing double. So basically, no, it's not. It's not. Actually, it's kind of a big deal. Like UEFA Euros 2020 didn't happen in 2020 because of this goddamn COVID-19. And so that's happening next year, this year, in I think around June the 12th. So hopefully we're in a better place by then with the whole vaccine rolling out and all that. But that's a big sport event has been pushed back one whole year. I don't think it's happened. Maybe it's happened before. I don't know, but that's a big deal. And then on top of that, you also have the Summer Olympics that should have happened in Tokyo between like July and August. That didn't happen like 2020 and needs to happen in 2021. So those are like two great big sporting events that hopefully like boosts up the morale. Everyone's out. So, similar to the time when like Wimbledon's on and everyone's like out on their deck chairs in the city or wherever and watching all the matches and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we have that same sort of lift, like that same sort of vibe during these big sporting events. So something to watch out for.
Yeah, and I mean, how dare I kind of miss those two huge events, because they bring the world together. Those two events in particular, they bring the world together, and especially in a given the year that we had, we've been missing those. I mean, I remember in I think it was it 2018, the 2018 World Cup. I was I had a friend who's Brazilian, and myself and her, we'd go to all these kind of like Brazilian pubs to go and watch Brazil play. And you've got on one side you've got all these Brazilians, and on the other side you've got all these Belgians, and like everyone's friends. It's all great, but at the same time, like it's all this kind of like friendly rivalry, and ultimately those are the kind of events that kind of keep us happy. I can't remember where I was reading it, but I think there was some type of war. It could be one of the world wars, to be fair, where when a team from one country and a team from another country, they would like pretty much put guns down and then play a match of football, to kind of get their not aggressions, but like find a way to compete in a less fatal way. And yeah, man, I mean, there's something about it, and the Olympics as well. If you're not into football, the Olympics is just like a kind of like display of human greatness, I don't know.
Capability, right? I mean, just like talent and physical ability and determination.
Yeah.
From every country. You got these representatives represent like flying the flag of every country, train so hard, and now it's their time to like shine and represent. And it's just like the weight's on their shoulders, like the whole country's on their shoulders, like cheering for them. And then they got to pull the punches out of the bag. So
but saying that, I don't think our guy, man like Usain, I think he's done, right? He's not coming around.
I think he's out. Yeah, I think he's out of the game. He's retired. I think he's trying to be a football. Actually, no, he was a footballer. I swear he was a football. He's actually a footballer now or something like that. Like
I think he did some pro football. Yeah.
So yeah, he's just down the wing now or wherever he's playing, like what position he's playing. He's just running for the ball.
Let's
give him a free ball.
He's gone. He's gone.
Run, Forrest.
If that guy's got the ball, as long as his ball control's all right, he should be the best footballer of all time.
Just knock it as far as you can. Big sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes, those are two huge events, and Lord knows we need those. We definitely do.
We do. 2020 goodbye. 2021. 2021 is the new 2020.
No, I don't even want to go that far.
I said it.
Nah. You could say it, but I'm saying
facts.
I'm saying 2021 is a year where the bounce back happens. You know, on a chart. You know when it's like been going down, engulfing bear, like engulfing since January to December of 2020. It was just engulfing bear, followed by engulfing bear, just down, 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 down. Now we hit the bottom, and now you've got that huge rise. You know, the engulfing bull. I don't know if it's called that. The emerging bull. I'm gonna call it that. It's the emerging bull.
Okay, that's the new term, yeah.
I just made it up. You know, the bounce happens, and I think 2021 we're gonna see that bounce back. You know, and these events that we kind of talked about here, I think they will propel that bounce back to you know, a good kind of prosperous way of life.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So you got anything else you want to add?
No, but I love you all you beautiful people. Thanks for listening. And I hope you enjoy these bonus episodes. We'll be back. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends about us. And that's it. That's all from me.
And look, man, follow us on the Instagram, on the Twitter. I will the description. Everything's in the description. Welcome to 2021, the year of the bounce back.
The year of the bounce back.